Now let's talk about some major developments. Recently, Iraq's Prime Minister Sudani held a high-level meeting to overhaul the leadership of government-run banks. One of the most notable actions he took was removing the Central Bank of Iraq's board of directors. This board had a huge influence on monetary policy, and according to some sources, this move came after a strong push from former U.S. President Donald Trump. The word is that Trump wasn't too happy with the way certain board members were handling things and encouraged Sudani to take action and clean house. This kind of shakeup at the top level of financial institutions often signals bigger changes ahead, and those changes could have a major impact on currency valuation. Let's step back for a second. Have you ever wondered how the value of your money can change almost overnight? Imagine waking up and finding out that a foreign currency you've invested in is now worth significantly more than it was the day before. That's the kind of scenario some people are betting on with currencies like the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. These currencies aren't typically in the spotlight like the US dollar or the euro, but they're starting to get serious attention, especially from Forex traders and investors looking for new opportunities. Recently, Chase Bank hinted at the possibility of a revaluation of both the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. While these hints are subtle and speculative, the fact that a major financial institution is even acknowledging it has created a buzz in the Forex world. And for good reason. Currency revaluations can lead to huge gains for those who are well prepared and know what to look for. But what does it mean when a currency is revalued? In simple terms, it's when a country's central bank officially changes the value of its currency relative to others. This usually happens for economic reasons. Maybe the country is experiencing growth, wants to control inflation, or is trying to attract foreign investment. Political stability also plays a big role. A stable, growing country is more likely to see a currency increase in value because investors feel safer putting money into that economy. Let's take the Iraqi dinar, for example. It's been through a lot: conflict, instability, sanctions. But now there are growing signs that Iraq is on the path to recovery. Key industries like oil and construction are rebounding, and there's increased attention from global investors. As confidence grows in Iraq's economy, demand for the dinar could follow. And if the demand goes up, so could its value. On the other hand, we have the Vietnamese Dong. This currency often flies under the radar, but it's also gaining traction. Vietnam's economy is booming. It's attracting major foreign investments. Its export industry is growing, and it's becoming a bigger player in global manufacturing. All these factors contribute to the potential for a stronger currency. When a country's economy grows quickly and steadily, investors tend to take notice. If demand for the dong increases, that could lead to a revaluation as well. So what does all this mean for you? If you already hold either of these currencies, this could be the right time to pay closer attention to what's happening in the market. Even if you're just considering entering the Forex world, these currencies are worth keeping on your radar. Staying informed can help you identify the right moment to act, whether that means buying, holding, or selling. To stay ahead of the curve, start by following credible Forex news websites. Set alerts for mentions of the dinar and dong. Watch for statements from major banks like Chase, and monitor any shifts in government or economic policy in Iraq and Vietnam. Joining Forex discussion groups on platforms like Reddit, Telegram, or Facebook can also help. Sometimes individual traders spot patterns before the mainstream news catches on. If you're thinking of investing, don't go all in right away. Start small. Even a modest position in a foreign currency can teach you a lot about how the market works. Before investing, make sure you understand the basics of each country's economy and political landscape. Study historical charts and trends to see how the currency has performed over time. Look into how other traders set their buy and sell points. And most importantly, always have an exit plan. Know ahead of time under what conditions you would sell and stick to that plan. Make sure to explore different trading platforms as well. Some offer better exchange rates or lower transaction fees, which can make a big difference in your returns over time. Choosing the right platform is just as important as choosing the right currency to trade. Of course, none of this comes without risk. Forex trading is notoriously volatile. Exchange rates can swing dramatically in a short period of time. You should never invest more than you're willing to lose. Emotion can be your worst enemy in trading, so stay disciplined and don't make decisions based on hype or fear. Patience and consistency often lead to better outcomes than trying to time the market perfectly. Now let's talk about what's fueling all this speculation. You've probably heard rumors that currency exchange rates, particularly for the dinar, are about to be released or adjusted. There's a lot of confusion about when this will happen and why it's taking so long. Some experts believe it's not really a delay, but rather a phased rollout. Think of it like a movie premiere where a select few get early access before it goes public. It's possible that new rates are already being introduced in limited circles before hitting the broader market. There's also speculation that the revaluation could land somewhere around $4.81 to $4.91 for the Iraqi dinar. That's a very specific range, and it's based on projections from economists, financial analysts, and historical data. Currency valuation isn't random. It's influenced by supply and demand, geopolitical developments, and global market conditions. If enough experts converge on a number, it usually means there's a reasonable basis for that prediction. However, there are others who are less optimistic and believe the rate may drop before it finds a stable level. Either way, we're in a holding pattern and people are anxiously waiting for what comes next. It's like waiting outside a concert venue, hoping the doors will open soon. There's excitement, but also a bit of uncertainty. Banks and governments are being very cautious. They want to avoid releasing rates that could immediately fall or trigger chaos. It's all about risk management. No one wants to make a move they can't walk back from. To stay on top of developments, monitor financial news outlets and pay close attention to any official announcements from central banks or global institutions. And don't hesitate to talk to your banker. Some financial professionals have insider knowledge or access to early indicators that can be incredibly valuable. Watch how other currencies are performing against the US dollar. That can give you clues about broader trends and what might be coming next. Online communities are another great way to stay informed. Social media platforms and forums are filled with people discussing their own findings, speculations, and experiences. Engaging with them can open your eyes to perspectives you might not have considered on your own. Now, if you're not sure how to even start the exchange process, here are a few easy steps. First, always check the current exchange rates so you know what to expect. Then, determine exactly how much currency you want to exchange. That will help you set realistic goals and avoid emotional decisions. Next, compare a few different platforms or brokers to see where you can get the best deal. Rates and fees can vary more than you'd expect. Finally, don't rush. Take your time, verify everything, and make sure you understand the process fully before moving forward. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear what you think. Do you believe the revaluation is coming soon? Have you heard anything that might help shed light on the situation? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your input might help someone else who's also navigating this uncertain but potentially rewarding path. That's it for today. Chase Bank's hints about a possible revaluation of the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong might just signal big opportunities on the horizon. Stay informed, be strategic, and keep engaging with our community. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on Forex, global currencies, and smart investment strategies. Until next time, keep watching the markets and be ready for what comes next.